Okay, kind of an interesting one today, not because it's a telly, but because it's solid walnut. One piece. We've never had walnut, 13.5 inches wide before, but we have it in this one. One piece of walnut. It's a standard telly, so it's fairly straightforward to machine. I have machined walnut before, and I have to make a special tool for it. The tool's the same, it's just same 6mm bit I always use, but walnut's kind of difficult to machine, so I slow her down a little bit, even slower than ash. So with that said, let's get right into it. Hey, if you find yourself enjoying this kind of content and want to see more, why don't you mash down on that subscribe button? That helps us immeasurably. And then maybe punch the like button and give us a thumbs up and maybe comment and stuff. That helps us bring you more content like this. So please do that, it helps a lot. And now, due in part to the overly litigious society in which we reside, listen to my robot.
Danger, Will Robinson! Danger! No, Will Robinson! Danger!
Okay, here we go. This should look familiar to you. It's a standard telly. The first thing we always do is check our dimensions here. Yep, 1.75 thick, so that's good. Okay, all right, so I have this set up so that we don't have to redo a lot of stuff. This is all set up over here. All right, so now this one's going to be a walnut telly, not walnut veneer, but solid walnut. And I have machined solid walnut before. It's a little stringy, it's tough, it's not as hard as, say, ash, but it doesn't cut as good. It's kind of stringy. So with all that said, what I've done is I have made a new tool to cut this. And now when I say a new tool, I don't mean, a new tool over here in my tool database, okay? I'm using the same tools I've used before, but I do want to show you, if you can look right here, I have a 6mm for ash, I have a 6mm for basswood. They're the same dimensions, okay? But the depth of cut is deeper and the feed rate is faster for basswood than it is for ash. I also made one for maple, okay? And you'll notice this feed rate and the depth of cut are even slower than the ash, okay? So, with that said, let's, go ahead and get into it here, okay? So here we go, 6mm maple, that's the bit I'm using for the bridge. I'm using that for everything here, okay? I want to ramp the plunge move because it's a really tough material, so that takes her easy on my bit, and that's the bridge pickup. All right. We'll just kind of go down the line, I guess. Here's the control cavity. All right, there we are. I'm ramping the plunge moves, same kind of deal, because I want to take it easy on my bit. We'll calculate that. Okay, I don't want to bore you here, but we'll get to the next one, the neck pocket. Okay, here's the neck pocket, 5/8 deep, maple, conventional cut, ramp those plunge move. Same as always. You'll look here, just a little side note here, I go a little farther here so I don't have to cut off fuzzies and stuff when this thing gets machined out. Okay, and neck pickup is next. There she is. You'll also notice I cut these a little deeper than standard, but that shouldn't cause any problems. Using a pick guard or not. If you're not, you can put some kind of spacer underneath it. And lastly is the outer profile. Outer profile, something I want to show you here. I got the tabs I put on there because I hold it down. If you're using a vacuum or a double back tape or anything like that, you don't have to do that, but I put it on there. And that will not allow me to show you a whole cutout when I do the 3D rendering, because they'll be connected here and it won't know that It's not supposed to just show the not show the outside stuff. All right. I also put these at a little bit of a ramp too. Just again takes it easy on my bit. All right. So I kind of went through this fast, and I understand that. I have all sorts of videos before this one that you can go look at, and I go into talking about this stuff a little more than I did here. I know I went through it very quickly. Okay, we'll reset the preview. We'll preview all of the toolpaths. And here you go. See, there are little tabs right there. I can, rotate it and stuff, but if I double click out here and it wasn't connected by these tabs, it would just take away everything on the outside, and you get a better look at it. But you understand that, this is kind of what we're making here. All right, so there we go. And what I want to do now is I'll save the toolpaths. This is important. Sometimes you save the toolpath. Which toolpaths you're going to save, you got to select them all before you save them, okay? So please do that. All right, for me, I put them on a jump drive and take them out to the computer that runs my machine. For you, however you want to do it. Some people do it over the internet. Some people do it in other ways. Some people have this connected right to their machine. So anyhow, again, fairly straightforward. It's just that the speeds and feeds are a little different because of the material.
Okay, as you can see here, I have the program loaded up, and remember, it's the slower speeds and feeds because of the material. So let's go get to machining this thing. Here we are at the drum sander, and we'll remove those little tabs and just kind of clean up the sides a little bit. That's generally all there is to it. All right, so now we have to drill 2 holes. We got to drill a hole basically through here so that you can run wires in case you don't want to use a pick guard, right? And who would want to use a pick guard on this beautiful walnut? Okay, and then we got to run it through here so that those wires can get into the control cavity. So here we go. One. And then here, we'll be a little careful that we don't get too low of an angle to nick this, but still low enough so we get into the control cavity and not out the back of the guitar. Perfect. All right, as I kind of do on most, if not all, of the guitars I make, I'm just going to run an orbital sander across the front and the back, just in case there's any little fuzzies or anything else that's hanging out. Walnut is tough to machine, but it sure leaves a nice finish. Let us round over the edges. It's a telly, so it's an 1/8 inch. And we're going to ease her out here. We're going to ease her in here. so much for that. Now, okay, looks good. I like these kind of knots in here, gives it some character. We're just gonna do some hand sanding, like up here, where there's a real sharp edge. I just wanna break that corner a little bit. And same thing on the other side here. I didn't round this out right here because if you do that, your neck plate will overhang and it'll snag on stuff. So I just break that just a little bit with just a sanding block that I made from a scrap piece of wood. I got some other just little hand sanding that I normally do on everything. I mean, I'm just looking it over. There's nothing like I sand these on all of them, right? And other guitars, you know, on every guitar, I just kind of look it over and I see if there's anything else that may require just a little sanding. Now, you know, we do sell these as unfinished, and I do want a guy to, you know, have a little skin in the game when he makes his guitar. So there's, you know, sanding. When you get these bodies, you'll still have to sand them before you're putting on any kind of finish. If you look on the side here, they are sanded and it's pretty smooth, but I think that's only 80 grit. You know, you probably want to take that to 220 or something. So anyhow, there is a little bit of work. It's not just get it and throw a finish on. You could probably get away with oil or something like that on these, but you got to be prepared to do a little sanding. Okay guys, we've reached the point in the video where I give you the free coupon code. If I've done my job correctly, it should be appearing right about here. What you do is you go to the link in the description. That'll take you to the file page on the website, and it will try to charge you for those files. What you do is when you check out, you put in that coupon code and it will give those files to you for free. They're both in SVG and PDF versions. All I ask in return is that you mash down on the subscribe button, maybe hit the like button, share it with your friends, that kind of stuff. That's it. It's free to do that. What a deal. All right, now back to the video. All right, there you have it. Very nice, very exciting. Solid walnut Telecaster. About, I don't know, 5 3/4 pounds would be my guess. So it's a little heavy. Looks fantastic in a clear finish. You know, you don't paint walnut, you know, you could oil it maybe, it gets a little dull, but I kind of personally like the high gloss finish. Machine straightforward. As long as you watch your speeds and feeds, you should be just fine making a walnut guitar body. Most of you, if you make a walnut one, will make a multiple piece body just because it's hard to find walnut wide enough, you know, 13.5 inches or so for a one-piece body. But that's what this one is. So there you have it. Say, if you enjoy this kind of content, why don't you mash down the old subscribe button, punch the like button, maybe share it with your friends if you don't like this kind of stuff. It really helps the channel out. All right, on to the next one. Thanks for joining me.